This is a list of monarchs of Wessex until 927. For later monarchs, see the list of English monarchs. While the details of the later monarchs are confirmed by a number of sources, the earlier ones are in many cases obscure. The names are given in modern English form, followed by the names and titles in contemporary Anglo-Saxon English and Latin, the prevalent official languages of the time. This was a time when spellings varied widely, even within a document. A number of variations of the details below exist. Amongst these are the preference between the runic letter thorn and the letter e, both of which are pronounced th and were interchangeable. They were used indiscriminately for voiced and unvoiced sounds. Unlike modern Icelandic, thorn tended to be more used in the south and eth in the north. Th was preferred in the earliest period in northern texts. The character was used as the ampersand in contemporary Anglo-Saxon writings. The era predates the emergence of some forms of writing accepted today. Notably rare were lowercase and the letters w and u. W was occasionally rendered vv, but the runic letter win was the normal way of writing the w sound. Again, in the earliest period, the Angles preferred vv, whilst the West Saxons preferred the letter derived from a rune. Except in manuscripts, runic letters were an Anglian phenomenon. Monarchs of the West Saxons. House of Wessex family tree. The chart shows the descent from the traditional first king of Wessex, Cerdic, down to the children of Alfred the Great. A continuation of the tree into the 10th and 11th centuries can be found at English monarchs family tree. The tree is largely based on the late 9th century Anglo-Saxon chronicle, the West Saxon genealogical regnal list, and Ass's Life of King Alfred. These sources are all closely related and were compiled at a similar date, and incorporate a desire in the writers to associate the royal household with the authority of being a continuation of a unified line of kingship, descended from a single original founder. One apparently earlier pedigree survives, which traces the ancestry of King Iron back to Cerdic. This first appears in a 10th century manuscript copy of the Anglian collection of Anglo-Saxon royal genealogies. The manuscript is thought to have been made at Glastonbury in the 930s during the reign of King Aethelstan, but the material may well date back to the earliest reconstructible version of the collection, c. 796, and possibly still further back, to 725–6. Compared to the later texts, this pedigree gives an ancestry for Ceolwaldr, son of Cuthwulf, son of Cuthwine, which in the later 9th century texts sometimes seems confused, and it states Cynricus, son of Creoda, son of Cerdic, whereas the chronicle annals go to some length to present Cerdic and Cynric as a father and son pair who land in and conquer the southern part of Wessex together. Many of the links shown are disputed. Egbert, who became king of Wessex in 802, was probably of Kentish origin, and his ancestry back to Cerdic may have been invented to legitimize his claim to the throne of Wessex. There are also a number of discrepancies between different sources.